2003 Audi RS6. Check that out, we have a Hellcat. Don't do it, Craig. Don't do it. I bought a 2021 Kia Seltos. Smokers! There it is. All right. I may have just scored and made a ton of money. I might not have. We're gonna find out in today's video. I'm at a dealer auction. Sometimes I gamble and win, sometimes I gamble and lose. Let's find out how I did today. My name's Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. So welcome to a dealer auction. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Today is one of my favorite days of the week because I get out, I get some fresh air, I buy some cars. I love shopping. I love car shopping. It's my retail therapy, and today is that day. Most of the time I stick to what works. Chevy Silverados, Ford F-150s, Jeep Wranglers, and I do really well with them. Every once in a while, I take a gamble, and usually I win. Every once in a while, I lose. And the idea, like I always say, is you have to win more than you lose. And in today's video, I took a risk. I should have called ahead. There just was not enough time. When cars run through the auction, you have 60 seconds max to look at these things. So I bought a 2021 Kia Seltos, I think it's called, 4-cylinder turbo, all-wheel drive with 44,000 miles. Craig, why? Why did you buy this thing? First of all, it's newer than I normally sell, and it's slower miles than I normally sell. But here's the kicker. This thing smokes like your grandmother sitting at a slot machine in a casino. So if I start this thing up, we'll go to the back, and it doesn't look so bad right now, but this thing filled the entire auction block with smoke, like a giant white cloud. Like a 19-year-old that owns a Subaru at a vaping convention, this thing was smoking like crazy. Now here's the thing. I ran the VIN. I have dealer apps that I can scan the VIN. Oh, actually, I can see the smoke coming out of the window, like blowing past the window. I have dealer apps that I can scan the VIN, and it tells me the history of the car. It tells me what they're worth to dealers, like what I should be paying at auction. This thing is roughly $25,000 at auction, meaning like most dealers would pay $25,000 for this car. We can sell it for near 30, which is tremendous. Now it needs an engine, clearly. 44,000 miles, this Kia needs an engine, not much. Here's what I'm thinking, really. I think this car should still be under warranty. It's a 21 with 44,000 miles. These Kias come with 100,000 mile powertrain warranties. So unless the warranty was voided for some weird reason, this engine shouldn't cost me a dime. I should be able to put a brand new engine in this Kia for no money out of pocket. Hope. And that's when I say sometimes I gamble and win, sometimes I gamble and lose. Now, I haven't called and confirmed that this thing's still under warranty. If it's under warranty, we should be gold. We should be great. If it's not, I'm buying an engine for a Kia, and it could cost me God knows how much, if they're even available. Now here's another thing. If it was any other vehicle, I wouldn't really have thought twice about this car, but I know for a fact that Kia has overextended warranties, like they've extended their warranties on engines because they've had such terrible issues with their Kia engines. So they're warranting these engines like nonstop. There's just cars in line waiting to get new engines, and as soon as they come in, the new engine goes in and people are getting brand new engines on old Kias, which is really cool. I'm really hoping this is one of those cars. Now, before I even find out, I don't want to be disappointed. It's auction day. Let's go see what else we can buy at the auction. And then when the auction's over, we'll call Kia. We'll hopefully get a good answer. I could do really well on this car. Now, before we get too deep, here's what I paid. $16,500 plus a $390 buyer fee, owning it for $16,890. Now, like I said, this car should run through the auction and get $25,000. So if I get a free engine from Kia, and then just bring it back to the auction, I should make $8,000 to $9,000 with no out-of-pocket expense. Now, if this engine isn't under warranty, I could be putting a $6,000 to $7,000 engine in this car to break even. Now, I want to clarify something. I keep saying no out-of-pocket expense. That's not true, because I have to put $16,890 of my own money extended into that vehicle. If it's 2 months, if it's 3 months that we're sitting on that car for an engine, that's $17,000 of my own money that's sitting out there. So when I said nothing out of pocket, that isn't completely true. I have $17,000 out of pocket. So check out this tool that I have. I love showing this stuff off. Let's see. Nope, there it is. This right here is my Top Dawn BT300P battery tester. It is amazing. Now it's extremely simple to use. I'll hook this up to the negative, I'll hook up this to the positive, and you can see it powers up off the battery. Then I can do a battery test. Hit enter, regular flooded battery. It tests AGM, gel, and EFB batteries as well. I can change the cold cranking amps. Now let's test it out. Testing. This battery has 91% health and a 77% charge. Now that battery has been sitting here for over a month. Had I even remembered to put my Top Dawn battery tester on it, I would have known I don't have to buy a new battery for my Ferrari, which would have saved me the cost of a $300 battery because I know this battery is good. Now I can actually print this as well. So it prints the report out of the machine right here and shows me everything that was on my screen. Now, some tools that are inexpensive are a no-brainer. This is on Amazon and it's one of the least expensive battery testers that have an internal printer available. Using it once would have saved me the $300 on a Ferrari battery and it would have paid for this 5 times over. Now this Top Dawn battery tester comes in a carrying bag and it's very convenient for travel. Both clamps are 100% premium safe clamps and won't hurt you. It's equipped with a 2.4-inch color screen and it's bigger with high definition. It supports 24-volt batteries for charging, testing, and crank tests. There is a direct link in my description if you want to have one of these for yourself. It's something that everybody should have in their garage. I just made a video saying I'm never buying an Audi again, right? The first car I walked over to. I freaking know I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't. I can't help myself. 2003 Audi RS6. This is a 4.2 liter V8 twin turbo all-wheel drive. This thing is a rocket ship. Also probably due for timing belts. Entire front end has to come off to do that. Probably leaking oil everywhere. Probably needs valve seals. But listen to this. That is a 450 horsepower all-wheel drive luxury sedan. Luxury 20 years ago. Today's standards, this thing is a beater. But 450 horsepower. If I can get this thing for like 1,000, 15, 2 grand, probably unrealistic. That is a lot of power and a lot of car for short money. And here I am looking at old beater twin turbo Audis. If it's cheap enough. Forget what I said, I'm buying it. And this car is a total sleeper. If only it was a 6-speed. It's an automatic, but it even has the wide body. So good looking. Here's the thing, 450 horsepower to today's standards, it's not much, right? Like a stock Mustang GT has 450 horsepower, has near 500 horsepower. But in 2003, a stock Mustang GT had like 280 horsepower. So a sedan with 450 horsepower 20 years ago is a really, really big deal. That was near supercar performance 20 years ago. Hey, look at that. We have a little Mia and Tia. 96 with 145K. Is it a standard transmission? Oh, she is. This is going to get all the money. A clean Miata. This is going to get 6 grand, I bet. Whoa, honorable mention to this 2001 Super Crew, 65,000 miles. Don't do it, Craig. Don't do it. It just sounds so good. And worse, now it's overheating. And there's a crowd around it. I don't want it. Why am I following it? It's at 4 grand and there's money. So meaning somebody bid 4 grand on it. That's actually a steal for this car. I don't need it. 3 grand was my number to be tortured. 4 grand is not. Well, at the beginning of the video, I had said that I do a lot of trucks, Chevy Silverados, Ford F-150s, Jeep Wranglers. I did buy some more cars today. I bought a Jeep Wrangler, pretty much sight unseen. It was running through the auction block and it seemed fairly cheap. Nice. So I'm going to transport this back to my shop, try to get back here in time to rep my car, and then we have to deal with the Kia. And I got to tell you, the anticipation is building and I'm getting nervous on that car. I did end up selling the car that I had here. I say we broke even, but probably like a $4,000 loss, because had I fixed it, I would have made about $4,000. But I just don't have the time and I got to move on. It was a Buick Enclave, and to be honest with you, I don't want to be in the business of selling Buicks anyway. So there is my car right there. A 2021 Kia Seltos Turbo all-wheel drive with 44,000 miles that smokes like a chimney. And here it is, GDI. It is a really, really nice, good-looking car. Brand new tires on it, it looks like. Low miles, it is not beat up. Has a car inspection sticker on it. It's clean, it doesn't smell like it was a smoker. It has leather, it has heated seats, it has Bose stereo. This car is awesome. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna call the dealership right now and find out if it's under warranty. I play things backwards, okay? So don't do everything I do, and definitely learn from my mistakes. Now, what should I have done? I should have called the dealer first to see if it was under warranty, and then it's not a gamble. I know right away it's covered. I can spend X amount because it's worth Y amount, and I'm good. I didn't have the time. When it ran through the auction, I saw it smoking and said, I know Kia has extended warranties. This is a Kia issue. I know they're replacing engines on Kias, like sometimes no questions asked. This could be an absolute score. Let's try it out. I have $17,000 of disposable income to let this car sit. So if this car sits for 3 months waiting for an engine, yeah, it's $17,000 of my own money sitting there. I can afford that. Not every one of you can. So you have to take that in consideration. Money makes money. So my $17,000 is tied up in this vehicle, but it will make me more money in the end game. If you don't have that type of liquid capital to just sit around and float, you have to think twice, okay? You can't be making these decisions, especially on gambles. So calling the dealer, if they call me and say the warranty's voided for some reason, I'm in deep trouble. Like, I'm gonna have to pay for this engine out of pocket if it's even available. So there's a lot of variables. Do not do what I did. Like the title says, I made a huge gamble on a Kia, all right? Don't always do what I do, all right? I might win, I might lose. We're gonna find out right now. Look at the smoke barreling from the front of the car. Just so much smoke.
Service, this is Haley.
Hey, Haley, my name is Craig. I'm trying to find out if my Kia is still under warranty.
Okay, so it'll either expire in May of 2025 or 60,000 miles, whatever comes first.
It's smoking pretty terribly, like a huge white cloud. What are the requirements to like have a warranty on it if there's an issue?
So we would have to take a look, see if it's something related to like a defect in the parts.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something due to like damage to the vehicle, improper maintenance, stuff like that, that's when it would be customer responsibility.
Okay, good to know. And I haven't registered it yet. Does it need to be registered before I bring it there, or can I have it brought there first? What's the procedure?
We require vehicles that are in the shop to be registered to an owner.
Okay, so that's something to think about. This car has to be registered first. It has to be registered to me. So I guess I'm going to have to go register this car tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'm not even gonna be able to register it. I'm gonna have to go register this car first, then have the dealership look at it, and they say it's under warranty still, so I don't quite know what to do now. I guess I'm gonna spend a couple $100 to have this car registered. It's a 2021. How much does it cost to register a car now? I can't even have it looked at through my dealership. She's loaded up, but now I have to think of what I'm gonna do with this thing. It's only 2 years old, 44,000 miles. I mean, it's not like it's knocking or anything, so it can't be neglect. The car is immaculate. So I'd have to assume if they're taking care of it that way, physically, they're taking care of it service-wise. But maybe they traded it in because it wasn't under warranty. It's Thursday. I gotta figure out what to do tomorrow. I have another call into a service department at a different Kia dealership to see what they say. I don't know. Sometimes they pay out, sometimes they don't. And you know what? If you don't bet, you don't win. Hey Eric, good afternoon. I had a quick question. I'm looking at buying a 2021 Kia Seltos. But it has 44,000 miles, but it's smoking pretty badly. So I'm trying to figure out before I buy it if it's under warranty. And if it is, how do I go about, like, can I buy it still and then have it warranted? What's the process?
It's pending maintenance. If it's smoking and it's got, you know, it had lack of oil change or ran low on oil, it's not warranty.
Mm-hmm.
The warranty after you buy is 5 years, 60,000 from the original date of purchase.
Okay.
So, you know, it's got 16,000, we'll call it, it's got 16,000 miles more left of warranty if you purchase it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there's no guarantee. I couldn't guarantee that it would be covered under any sort of warranty.
Okay.
Having it here and looking at it.
What are the common problems with those 4-cylinder turbos?
I mean, I don't have, with the Seltos in general, I don't have a lot of common problems.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
Nope, I don't have a lot of problems in general with the 4-cylinders, Seltos at all. Our older stuff, we did have some problems with the connecting rod bearing failure, but smoking might be a little bit different.
Yeah. Could the turbo go bad on it? Would that cause it to smoke?
It could. You know, I mean, I have a turbo car myself, and I know if a turbo goes bad, that it can definitely smoke if it has bad bearing or something like that.
Yeah.
But we don't have failures like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be a little bit more leery onto why it would have a failure. And again, if it shows signs that it ran low on oil,
Yeah.
and that's the failure. You unfortunately you find out the hard way that it's not covered. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's a tough one.
Okay.
So I'm saying, so if you're looking at a car and it has a problem already,
Yeah.
I'd steer away from it. If it's already got an issue, it's not worth the gamble to me.
Yep.
Knowing that you might be on the hook for, you know, turbo. I bet you a turbo, because I don't do any. I bet you it's $3,000
Yeah.
for a turbo.
Okay.
You know, an engine. I can tell you an engine's probably another 10. You know, if you combine, if you combine the two, or if a cat converter, because if it's consuming oil and it's smoke out the tailpipe, if it's running a cat converter that's downstream, there's another $2-3 grand.
Yeah.
You know, you got yourself. You kind of run into a bunch of problems if it's going that way.
Okay.
You know.
That is not looking promising. So they want paid receipts. Who the heck keeps their oil change receipts? And if it's on auto check, it sounds like they're trying to, like, they get out of it. So if it's on auto check that shows oil change, that's not good enough. It seems a little ridiculous. So I might have gambled and lost on this $10,000 engine. I could be in over my head on this car. That's not good. The Kia is back at my shop, and I've stumbled upon something that is, I don't know, maybe good news. Check this out. All right, so put that dipstick right in there. Pull it out. What's the level at? Tremendously high, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's clear up here.
So that's where it should be. That's where it should be. That's where it is. It's really high. So let's try dropping the oil level and see if this thing still smokes. Well, it's been about 2 weeks since I purchased this vehicle, and I've just been lackadaisical about the whole thing because I just have a lot going on. It's summer. I'm kind of on cruise control. I've been slowly accomplishing things with this vehicle. You'll see a plate right here. Do I need to cover that up? I don't really know. You'll see a plate right here, which I registered it to my wife. Why? Because the Kia dealer will not take this in for service unless the car is registered. They said specifically, if it's not registered, we won't take it, which means, do they not do work for other dealers? Like, I buy Volkswagens, Ford, Chevy, Jeep, whatever, and I bring Audi all the time. I bring it to the dealership, I put it in for service, they do the repairs. Would not touch it unless it's registered. So I've registered my wife's name. Why not Flying Wheels? Like, I don't even want to raise eyebrows or whatever. And then I got it inspected. So it's inspected, it's registered, and then I pulled the Carfax on it. So let's open this up. Oh, I bet the battery's flipping dead. Luckily, I take my jump pack with me everywhere. So if I push this button, the key should fall out. Here we go. So the key is out. I'm gonna go over here, and the battery's already been dead, so we had to pull this cap off so we can get in, unlock the car, and then open that. Here we go. It should start now. Let's see if it beeps if I unlock it. Yeah, great. So it's unlocked. Look at, we got this is like a brand new car. Brand new tires, brand new inspection sticker, super clean on the inside. Let's see if this baby fires up. Oh, darn it. Let's try again. There we go, she fires right up. Hers like a kitten, right? Kind of. Does it smoke still? No smoke whatsoever. It is running rough, actually. Running a little rough. So here's what I did. If you look closely, I'm gonna go into here. I have multiple piles. I found some service records for it with oil changes and stuff. Found some inspection sheets, some oil change receipts, and then I also pulled the Carfax. That also shows service history, so I can follow the service history, because not only will they won't warranty a car off a Carfax. Let me say that. So if I have a Carfax that shows service records, that's not good enough. It kind of seems like they're just looking for ways to void a warranty. So they need not just the Carfax that shows the service records on file, which I don't know what's more legit than that. They actually need the receipts. Otherwise, they'll void it and say, no, we're not covering it. I'm thinking it's not an engine because the engine doesn't sound bad. I'm thinking it's a turbo issue, and I'm just hoping they cover it. Worst case, they can diagnose it and tell me what it is, so then I can fix it and then I can sell it, because this thing is tying up $16,000 plus. The registration cost me $250 because there's no sales tax in my state, which is awesome. Any other state, $16,000 times 0.625 or whatever your sales tax rate is, plus the cost of registration. It adds up fast. We don't have that, which is great. All right, I'm putting it on the trailer now, set the emergency brake, and we're off to the Kia dealer. Yeah, there we go. Smokers! What movie? I'll be surprised if people get it, but look at all the smoke coming out of it. So yeah, that is, come on, Kia. 40-something thousand miles, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I wonder if they're warranting the battery. All right, let's get this thing out of here and off to the dealer. I said it to myself 100 times and I still almost forgot. I gotta get rid of this 21 on here. I hope you can see behind me and to the side of me. Look at how I'm pulling into the Kia dealership with just a cloud of smoke behind me. So every dealer and salesman and service guy and everyone can just see what's going on. And just like that, bing, bang, boom, it is done. And I'll tell you, they're far different in person than they were on the phone. It was slightly abrasive, like, no, we can't do this. No, we won't do that. Don't bring it here. But I showed up today, like my appointment's for next week and I can't make it next week, I'm away. So I brought it in, I'm like, I'm sorry, it's a couple days early. She's like, oh, no problem, park it over here. Here's the documentation, sign here. If it's under warranty, we'll cover it. If it's not, we'll let you know in advance. So first impression walking in, great, it was awesome. Now we just wait. That is amazing news. So
oh, good.
one more time, it was just the fuel injector, no turbo, no other issues?
Nope, no other issues, just a fuel injector.
Wow, that's like, that is great news. Awesome.
The only other thing I wanted to touch base about, when I went to go write up your vehicle, it was dead, so I had them do a battery test on it, and it looks like you're needing a new battery.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, that's not covered under warranty, but we can take care of it here if you'd like. It'd just be $340 installed, and it comes with a 3-year unlimited mile warranty.
Injector, that's all it was, and they covered it under warranty. That is amazing. So sadly, it's been like near 2 months, about a month and a half, because of parts on back order, like unavailable parts. Wasn't just the injector, they did the injector, they did a battery. Stupid me, should have just put a battery in. It cost me triple what it should have cost to have them do a battery. And then they ended up doing a turbo. The turbo's on back order because those Kia Seltos, like turbos go all the time. So we're here, we're gonna get it picked up and see what it cost me. Hey, shout out to the Kia dealer and Kia really, because they made what is obviously defective or faulty right. It took a while, but whatever. Bolt flange, washer injector, clip injector, injector, pipe, high pressure, gaskets, synthetic oil change, antifreeze. All of that was free. Then they did a battery, $335 for a battery. I can't complain, I got all this stuff done. Then gaskets, exhaust manifold pipe, gasket, pipe, turbo oil, turbocharger. I mean, who knows how many thousands of dollars this should have cost or would have cost somebody. They covered all of it but the battery. And then when I was in there, the service manager or service advisor asked if I was in a rental car. They would have covered the rental car for the month and a half that they had it. I didn't need a rental car, but that's pretty cool of them. And then they asked if I had it towed in, they would have paid the tow bill. So, I mean, like, way to right a wrong. Obviously, there's an error, there's a mistake, or a defect somewhere in these Kia products, but I give them credit where credit's due. They took care of it and they made it right. We are at 44,000 miles. So yeah, issues happen, problems happen, things go wrong. They really made it right. That's awesome. That's really cool. So I gambled on this car, hoping. I did my due diligence. I did everything the right way, and they took care of it. And now in the end, a month and a half later, yeah, I'd tied up $16,000, $17,000, but I have a $25,000 car that I bought at a discount because of the defects that didn't cost me more than $335 to fix. So that's pretty cool. Well, the Kia is officially done and up for sale. Wow, Lauren coming out of this parking lot. Our Kia is up for sale. This is what we're doing with it. So this car is tied up a good amount of money for quite some time now. It is now September, and I bought this thing in May. So May, June, July, August, we're at the very beginning of September. So for 3 months, this thing tied up. How much money did I pay for it? $16,890. Now we have a brand new battery in it. We detailed it. The tires were already brand new. This car is legit retail ready. We're asking $24,500, which is the very, very absolute top of the market. To be quite honest with you, that's probably too much. But people like to negotiate. The thing is, I don't usually sell these cars. I sell trucks and SUVs around 100,000 miles. This is like a Kia store. This is what they sell, not me. I'm gonna list it out online on Facebook and everywhere else to see how we get. I'm gonna give it like 2 weeks worth of action. And if we don't, I'm gonna throw it up on ACV. ACV is a dealer auction that I use that we can wholesale cars. So we'll get, oh, you know what? I didn't include the registration, which was like another $150. So we'll throw it up on ACV auctions. They wholesale like our newer cars. I do really well with new cars, and then like it'll sell to another dealer. I get paid that same week, so it's nice and easy.
A few weeks later.
All right, so we gave the Kia about 2 weeks worth of time. I'm asking all the money. Somebody offered me 21, which to be honest with you is now low, and I don't feel like financing somebody at 21 when I can get like near 20 at an auction. It's not worth the headache of dealing with a customer. I'd rather sell it wholesale and get paid quicker. That way with no headaches, no backlash, no one after the fact, just have it gone. So that's what I did. I listed this, I listed the CX-30, the Corvette, and a couple other cars on ACV. I ended up selling this Kia. Let me see here. We paid $16,890. We sold it for $19,400. Now we had some expenses, including the battery. I bought a brand new Kia battery for like $350, which is ridiculous. After everything, I made $2,160 and never had to talk to a customer about this car. Now there's some positives and there's some negatives to this. I made $2,100, which is amazing, right? I had it for 3.5 months maybe, so it tied up $17,000 for 3.5 months. I made $2,200 in profit on my $17,000. I would not get that return in the stock market. I would not get that return from the bank. So I did really, really well on it, considering I never had to talk to a customer ever.
2 weeks later.
Rick record scratch, guess who still has the Kia? I bought this thing in June, I think in June. And this whole video was supposed to be like pretty quick, and like last segment you saw me sell this thing. Wrong, because when I sold it, whatever, I sold it pretty cheap. I wholesaled it to another dealer through the auction to make it easy, made a little bit of money, fine, all good, done. Wrong. So what happened was, this is a Kia. The title said, instead of KIA, it said HYUN, like Hyundai, because Hyundai is a parent company of Kia or a sister company or whatever. So when the buyer, the other dealer, got the title, they went, hold on, this isn't a Hyundai, this is a Kia. The title says Hyundai, I don't want it anymore. Cancel the sale. So all the money that went into my account came out of my account, went back to the auction. I still have the Kia for sale. Car's awesome. Car's perfect. I mean, it's beautiful. All recalls are done. All warranty work is done. It's for sale. It's probably honestly the lowest mileage, nicest car I have on my entire lot. The odd thing is the color. Like when people are like, oh, I want a mid-size little or a compact SUV, I'm like, I got you. They're like, odd color. I'm not interested. So if somebody's interested, it's still for sale. It is. Look at, leaves are on the ground. It's winter in like less than a month, and I still have the Kia. So I don't know. I would say it's a fail. It tied up $17,000, but so did that Expedition over there and a bunch of other cars. So we'll make some money on it eventually. Eventually it's going to sell. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. Hey, you guys get to see like all the good, all the bad. It's all out there. I'm transparent. Some are huge wins. Some sit around forever. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.